Welcome to the home of that official realness. Let's get it in with Real Talk, Niner Talk.
All right. What's going on, Empire? What's going on, fellow faithfuls? Excuse me. If you find yourself here, know that you are officially rocking out with the Real Talk, Niner Talk crew. All right, and to that I say... All right. Right, to that. Well, let's get to the itinerary. Jimmy's back. We all know that. And I know we've said a lot of not so nice things about Jimmy on this broadcast, but we got to support him. You know, if he's in the red and gold, we got to support him. We're not going to get it twisted here. We are faithfuls before we're anything. And if he's the guy under center, number 10 it is. All right? Let's move on ahead. Trey's gone for the season, but he will be back strong and ready to go to take back his QB1 duties. All right? And last but not least, Kyle. In my opinion, you're still on the hot seat. You know, but we'll discuss that and we'll get to all that on the show. All right? So now, without any further ado, time to get into what we all here for. The pregame discussion. 49ers, the Broncos. And without any further ado, time to introduce crew. Hey, Real Talk, Niner Talk. Well, all right. From the west side, the best side, the faithful of all faithfuls. Let's give it up, y'all, for none other than Silverado Kid. Hey. All right, we're going to take it on down to the dirty South, Georgia, Macon that is. From the Mac Town, where they lay their Mac down. Let's give it up, y'all, for you, great. Europe. All right. We got company, y'all. And from that Nothing But Niners crew, let's give it up, y'all, for Tony. Give it up for Tony, y'all. Hey. And last, but damn sure not least, it is your host, I, the one and only, Niner Style. Hey. All right. Yes, and we are the Real Talk Niner Talk crew, +1. And before we get it started, time to stamp it.
Welcome to the home of that official realness. Let's get it in with Real Talk, Niner Talk.
Yes, sir. So, what's going on, fellas? We're here.
We're back.
Week 3.
You know what it is.
Week 3. Week 3. And yeah. Week 3, and we back with Russell, man. And it's funny, Dave is not here because Dave was scared to death of this game.
Yep.
He was scared to death of this game, man.
Mother, what?
I said, Dave, what are you scared of? We ain't worried about Russell.
Oh.
We are not worried about Russell, man. We got something for his ass.
Time out. The Queen's in the building.
She's in the building?
She's in the building. Hey, she was in early. I'm proud of you, Queen.
Wow, the Queen's in the building early. All right, guys. So y'all know what time it is? So no broadcast is ever official without the Queen.
She's your queen to be, a queen to be forever.
All right. Let's give it up, y'all, for Panama, the Queen. All right, real talkers. Let's get it in, man. You know who won this week, man? Me and Jew. Who's the best lip syncer? Jew, I've been kicking your ass the last couple of weeks, man.
I whooped you Wednesday. Go back and look at the broadcast.
Bullshit.
Everybody,
man, it's before 7:47. I made it. I always curse before 7 minutes, man. I always mess it up. But no, Jew, bullshit. I beat you.
Go back and look.
Melissa said I won.
Go back and look Wednesday.
Sir, I beat you.
I mean, just go look at the tape.
All right, we'll do
Boy, I
that.
can't wait the next month. Boy, let's go.
Yeah. Even
See,
got
I
dollar
went like
mixed up in
today.
this, man.
I mean, I conceded this one.
Right on. All right, well, listen, man, we got the real talkers in the building, man. Y'all know how we do around this time. Got to give them their props, show them their appreciation. My favorite part of the show. All right? So without any further ado, let's get into it, y'all. The roll call. Let's get it. Hey, Real Talk 9 to 12. Say what?
Hey, that beat
Roll
still
call,
so cold.
it's the roll call. All right, he's not here in person, but he's here in spirit. Fellow member of the crew. Give it up, y'all, for Super Dave, the OG. All right, he salutes Tone. Welcome to Tone. Tony. All right, next on the agenda, we got Monty Williams. Give it up, y'all, for Monty Williams, our brother. Give it up for Monty. Yes, sir. And she's back. She's so nice, we had to introduce her twice. Uh-oh. What's going on?
Yeah. Top of the table.
All right, it could be me. It could be me. We could be getting feedback because of my headphones. I think that's what it is. I'm sorry. Pardon the technical difficulty. All right. So nice. We have to give it to her twice. Give it up, y'all, for Panama Queen. All right. Our brother from another. Let's give it up for Aaron Labigans, a.k.a. 49ers First Take.
First take.
For First Take, y'all. Hey, from around the way, we got 49er Faithful Dave from PA. Give it up for Dave from PA, y'all. What's going on? Roll call, it's the roll call. What else we got in here? Hold on. Give it up for our brother from another, LTD. Give it up, y'all, for Luke the Don. Luke the Don. Yes, sir. All right, let's give it up. Let's give it up for our newest member of the Real Talkers. He's been here 3 weeks faithfully. Give it up, y'all, for Scott Hill. Give it up for Scott Hill.
Hey, Scott. Beam me up, Scotty.
All right. That's all we got for now. As they come on in, we'll introduce them. No man left behind. That's how we do with the roll call here. So let's give it up again for the Real Talkers. Let's give it up for the Real Talkers.
All right.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. So y'all know what time it is. We got Russell. He's back. Let's talk about it. All right. Let's get it in, man. First thoughts.
Somebody come to see you, Otis.
We're gonna start with you, Silverado. We're gonna start with you up top, man.
I just said I ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You know what I'm saying? I give a damn what team you on.
Well, let me ask you
You're
this.
gonna whip your ass.
Yeah, I know Dave is watching. Yeah, Dave, we blew you up, man. We said you were scared of this game, man. You were scared of this game. I don't know why. I thought we were going to win this game back during the schedule release.
Exactly.
If you look at the record say a lot. You know what I'm saying? We ain't went to many games against that dude, but hey, I feel we're gonna get one tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'll give a damn if you're not in the same uniform. It's a W. You feel me?
Right on.
Hey, so just stay disciplined and whoop your ass.
Our guest of honor for this evening. Once again, everybody, let's welcome Tone. Nothing but Niners. Tone in the building. Now, let me tell you something about Tone, y'all. Let me tell y'all something, man. I've been trying to get this brother on for months now, man. I think we could have gotten the president. We could have got Obama, Biden. We could have got them on in less time than this.
Right.
You know? God damn, I'm like, damn, Tone, what's going on?
Listen, I'm sorry. I just work a lot. I got a lot of stuff going on with work. I actually work.
Right on, brother. Right
and
on.
I'll be honest with you, the only reason why I'm home right now is because I tested positive for COVID like 5 days ago.
Oh man.
Oh man. Well, we hope you look, man. We hope you get well soon. You know.
Good, man.
Good.
Yeah, definitely health and prosperity, you and the family.
But I got free time, so I'm just gonna take advantage of it. So,
That's right. Rock on out with the crew. Hey,
but
listen,
I
man.
appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, definitely, man. Anytime. So listen, man. So your takes on this game. Let's just get your overall. I mean, like I said, we got some people are scared of this game. Some people are worried.
I mean, the one thing that makes me a little nervous is Russell Wilson because he has this thing with the Niners. I don't know his record, but it's definitely a winning record versus us. Well, I just think that this defense is playing so well. I think they're going to go in there to prove a point. Yeah, there you go. Ola just said, I just need to beat Russell Wilson.
Yeah, so many people. It's like that post syndrome they have, that post traumatic thing,
Yeah, but
so
I think the Niners are going to walk out with a W this week. But I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to leave it at this. They have to take these teams serious. And, there's people out there that say Denver sucks and all this stuff because they're only 16 points per game in 2 games, I believe. Off the top of my head, I'm not a Disney fan. I'm just shooting from the hip. This team's a lot better than what their stats, final score stats show.
Right.
They're a very talented team. And I think that first game, they took about 3 touchdowns off the board because of penalties and fumble at the goal line in the run game. So you can't overlook stuff like this.
Right.
So, they got to be dialed in, they got to be prepared, and they got to take this game serious, and then they can't look beyond them. They have to go in here, take care of business, play their game, and if they do that, they're good. Expect, in my opinion, anywhere between 30, 40, and 35, 37 rushes for the offense. And Kyle's record when they rushed him. So it's 22 and 2 or something. So
It's a damn good record.
that's what we're going to look at. That's what we're going to see.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll say this, man. This a dangerous thing to fall into at this state of the season is that whole saying that you are what your record say you are. That's dangerous. If you go into that, this is dangerous because we're not what our record says we are.
No.
If you think about it, we're not what our record says we are. We should easily be 2-0 right now. And I think the same, like you say, we need to take. I think everybody seriously moving forward. I mean, even going down into Atlanta, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of was like, okay, we can rest easy down there, go back, kick back, and watch it. Atlanta's coming to play, man. Nobody's gonna lay down for us. And second, it's the NFL, man. These games ain't easy to win. Nobody's going out there to just blow games. Nobody's just going out there to lay down and give anybody anything. So we got to be careful. You're right. Definitely got to take them seriously.
And listen, don't forget how many 49ers are on that defense. Jonas Griffin, Juwan Williams, Jay Jones. That's just
DJ. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So you got to take that accountability. They're going to come and try to make a statement. I mean, it's nothing personal. They all love the 49ers. The 49ers did not do them wrong, but they want their last laugh.
Hey, Tone, and to add to that, it's bad enough those 3 guys are over there, but now Jimmy back in the fold, so that make it even worse. I know you. I know how you get down. You know what I'm saying? So,
Jew is twisting up his face, so he got something slick to say. I know it's coming. Let's hear it, Jew. I know it's coming. Jew the Great.
Well, me personally, the same way I wasn't worried about the Broncos when they first got Russell before, I'm not worried about them again. Because if it's one thing about this 49er team, when it's a primetime game, we show the fuck up.
All right.
Whether it's Sunday night or Monday night, what happens when we play on Sunday or Monday night? We normally blowing the team out, right?
Well, we have been in the
except for one game.
Robin say there was that one.
We don't more times than not. We don't beat teams' ass on the primetime game Sunday night or Monday night.
What would you do, Oleg? Security?
It's Oleg, man. Oleg is scared. He's scared.
But I think the team gonna come out. I think they're gonna be happy to have Kittle back. I think these motherfuckers happy to have Jimmy back. Yeah. So I think they're gonna come out and ball out, man. I think the defense gonna be here.
Hey, my man Jason Aponte.
Hey, let's give it up, guys, for Jason Aponte.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you gotta link up with us out there, Jason.
Hey, let me tell you guys something. We've been pronouncing Jason's name wrong. You know, my wife, she's Puerto Rican. She's Latina, and she says it's a ponte. It's a ponte, not a ponte. It's a ponte.
Oh, my
A
fault.
ponte.
Excuse
I'm
me.
gonna go. However Jason say pronounce that shit. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it.
Well, she's gonna see you in Atlanta, and she's gonna let you know you pronounced the man's name wrong. It's a ponte.
Yeah, he caught it.
My man Jay. Tony with the Chinooda. Oh, okay. Yeah, Jason's on it, man. Hey, Jason, man, we're gonna see you in Atlanta. Definitely. I'm gonna put the information out for the meet and greet we'll be at the Bermuda Bar. I'll put all the information out. We expect to see you there, brother. Absolutely. My man, my mellow.
Hey,
My man,
and
my
Don
mellow.
is a double dipper, so watch out.
Yeah, I double dipped, guys. I double dipped in the. Yeah, that dude was mad at me, man. Well, I'll give you the story, Tone. They had some
The
egg
music
rolls.
stopped.
It
Yeah,
was so
so
egregious, it started raining for me.
I had some egg rolls. They had these little egg rolls, and they had this sauce that they put it in. And when I dipped it in the sauce, the shit was so good, I didn't even think. I just went right back in and dipped it again. Everybody stopped.
Like, no.
I didn't mean to do it, man. Yeah, I didn't mean to do it. I even looked at my wife. She looked at me. She just put her head down. She's like,
Everything stop.
"Yeah, man. It was an honest mistake, man."
He just double dip.
Well, let me tell you what I'm gonna do moving forward. I'm gonna bring my own damn red sauce next time. Damn it! So next time they have it, I'll have my own red sauce.
Just
I'll double
continue.
dip mine.
Just continue with the double dip and tell the waitress, give me another sauce for everybody else.
There you go. We all gonna have extra sauce. Definitely have extra sauce. We got Super Dave the OG in the chat, and he says, "Oleg, normally I wouldn't be, but Denver has a two-headed running game. If they are together, they can be balanced." Okay, I
Hey,
get it.
Kev. Hey, Kev, what your favorite saying is about if?
But if it was the fifth, we all be fucked up.
Yes, very.
Yeah. As far as that statement right there, the two-headed running game, I would be more nervous with Javonte Williams coming out of the backfield as a receiver. Because if you
Right.
think about it, right, Denver's offensive line is solid. It's not great. Our defensive line, versus a one-on-one situation, really is the upper.
Yep.
Especially the depth. Also, Armstead's in question, but still they'll do that rotation in front. They'll keep those legs fresh. It is what it is. But how do you screw out a good pass rush if you don't have the line? You screen the shit out. Just keep
Right.
doing screen. Week one, passes out of the backfield for Javonte. Actually, I'm sorry. Oh. So that tells me the Niners better be ready for a heavy screen game. Those linebackers will not bail. And they stick to your keys and put the key on the guards. And, they got to be on that screen game because it's coming.
Well,
Right.
that's one thing about this defense, though, that I love, especially with Hufanga back there. Like, he really sees the play before it happens. So,
Yeah.
and then our second level, best linebacker crew in the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? So they can all cover. They can all read and react pretty well. So I'm not saying I'm not worried about it, but as long as they do their job, you feel me, and play within their assignment, we're gonna be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm looking for Hufanga again to come out there like he's sponsored by Visa, everywhere you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And continue to wreck shot.
Hey man, well, I'll tell you this, man. I looked at Johnny Dell today, and I looked
Johnny
at
Dale was the GOAT, bro. Hey, I love that dude breakdown.
Yeah, Johnny Dell don't play, man. I'm gonna tell you this, what I noticed, and it's something I've been saying prior to the season. I said, listen, as long as that D-line gets home, all that other shit don't matter. Now I ain't gonna lie, they was drawing up some elaborate shit to try to throw our secondary off, but it didn't matter. They were even what's the word I'm looking for? They were even like bloopers back there. Like guys was blowing stuff, but it didn't matter because Geno couldn't get it off. Why? Because Bosa was on his ass. They couldn't listen. Yeah. Them dudes was all over Geno. So as long as they keep Russell on his heels, we should be all right. And I say that in the sense that, you got to remember, this ain't DK and them. They don't know how to. These guys don't know Russell yet. They don't know how to come back for the ball.
Right.
Yeah, they don't know how to do all that yet. I think Cortland Sutton. I guess he would be like your DK, for instance. He's like a big receiver. I like Cortland Sutton. I actually thought we should have drafted him. But yeah, man. Like you figure they're not gelled yet with Russell with all that running around in the back, because that's where we get in trouble. Like with Justin Fields, all that running around he was doing. We were missing those tackles. He happened to find Cat Whisperer wide open.
You know what? And speaking of that, of course, I'm gonna discuss it briefly, in the segment. But a couple things I noticed about Russell Wilson: you shoot somebody in the face, and you force him to his left.
Right.
You flush him to his left. We better off. And my thing is about this D line this year. Tony, you can speak to this. This might be the most versatile and deep D line that we've had, and I mean, because everybody can do something. And have you noticed? And actually, I got a question for y'all. Am I just tripping, or have y'all ever looked up at a play and be like, "Hey, his Bosa hurt?" Because he ain't even taking snaps off. Okay, not taking snaps off, right. But he hasn't really been on the field, as much as he had in the past because we got so many other bodies out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my dad
not a bad
was
thing.
So my Bosa taking snaps off, and I'm like, taking snaps off. The DC, what do you mean you taking snaps off? He was like, no. Calm down. You're not dogging it. He could be on the sideline. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, he ain't got to be out there like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
which is a good thing.
Line, hey, man. Whew, watch out.
Didn't we just sign somebody else not too long ago? I think Dave put something in the group chat. We signed another D lineman.
Hakeem Spence.
To the practice squad. Spence. Right. We elevated him up. Right.
Wait, is it Hakeem? I said Hakeem. Spence.
Spence.
Hey, to be honest, though, I feel like the game should be won before the players even run on the field. Kyle and D'Amico shouldn't lose to a rookie head coach. He's still trying to figure shit out.
Yeah,
he's still trying to figure out how to use Russ. He still got to figure out where Russ good at, where he ain't good at. So Kyle should scheme up shit around, run circles around these dudes.
Hey,
but we know Kyle Shanahan.
Well, Russ does
He'll
Russ
play
knows
out
well
the
too.
competition too.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but then we lose to a rookie head coach from Chicago.
Hey, the weather. Hey, we had weather. We had all kind of shit.
I'm just talking shit.
He's got a point, Drew. He's got a point.
Hey, look. A couple got doing a little mishap, lost that game.
Hey,
a couple broken plays, lost that game.
And 3 of them on third down.
Mm-hmm. Well, I said that's what happens when you play with your food at the dinner table, and your dog is sitting there laying, He's waiting for an opportunity to come and strike, and we gave it to him. Like, you got to remember, these guys are still pros, man. You can't give them too many strikes at the well.
Yeah. Right.
And that we did. But I think we'll learn from that.
I'm pretty sure our dudes can see the NFC wide open, though. Ain't just no dominant team, so I think they're going to come out and try to be that dominant team.
Yeah, the NFC's like a grab bag, to be honest with you. It's the AFC where the fight.
I'm going to say this, and this is really not a dump on number 10. You know what? I'm going to start calling him Jimmy again since he's the starter again. Jimmy. This is not a knock on Jimmy. Right. But if he don't keep teams in games, we'll be just fine. Just, Jimmy, don't be a hero. This is what you got to do, man. Just don't get a ball back to the other team, brother.
I'm sorry, man. That's a tall ask. That's a tall ask coming from number 10.
I mean, hey, but my point is, we'll be good if, I don't know if for the 5th, we all be drunk to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, if he don't keep teams in games, we good. And that's the handicap, the Achilles heel, whatever you want to call it, because that motherfucker gets real generous every now and then.
Right. Well, guys, I'm gonna go on a limb to put something out there. If Jimmy gets us to the Super Bowl, not win it, gets us to the Super Bowl, I will personally get on here with a number 10 jersey. I will flaunt my number 10. No.
If Jimmy win the Super Bowl, damn that, because we got
Listen, I honestly think there's pressure on Kyle now. There's 100% more pressure on Kyle than there was with Trey.
He's on the hot seat.
Because now, I don't think he's the hot seat. I just think this team with Jimmy.
What up, Brian?
Went to the NFC Championship.
Right.
So now, to see the floor.
I want to beat y'all to it.
No, ain't this about her?
Mom, what?
This guy.
You must be out your goddamn mind.
That boy Jew walked to a goddamn phone booth, didn't he?
Wow, Jew. So we thought you threw that away, man.
Hey,
you wait to dollar see this shit.
Hey.
You wait to dollar sees this.
Hey, man, he my quarterback again. I got to rock with him now.
Okay, you gonna do the T.O. now. Now you gonna. Oh, so we got T.O. over here. That's my quarterback, man.
I gotta find that clip for y'all.
Quarterback.
It's a guy on Instagram I follow. I can't tell you his name. I just see him every now and then.
Right.
He did a TikTok where he had like a basket of jerseys, and he was like, "No, that's not it. That's not it." He put like 7 different jerseys, and he finally. I knew I still had it. And I was like, and that's what it's like. Like it's in here somewhere. There it is.
Hey, but my bad, Tone. I ain't mean to break your part, man. Get back to it.
Yeah, Tone. I tell you, number 10 just causes problems here, man. We lose focus.
But I just feel like, there is pressure on Kyle because of Jimmy's back.
Right.
I said this on Nothing But Niners. We're all Niners fans. We cheer for the team.
Yes.
For the logo.
That's right.
We're not cheering for one individual person. And, to all the people that say, well, Jimmy's a winner. Look at his record. He gets him to the playoffs. He gets him to the Super Bowl. And well, guess what? You got to do it again this year. All those fans that come to the table saying, how can you bench Jimmy and Trey and stuff like that? Well, really, the team wanted better play for the quarterback position. That's why they went out and did what they did. Plus, to make Kyle enforce from day one. That was
I got 3 of them.
Huh?
To the
he was responding to the chat. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, I got 3 trades.
The thing is, if they continue to play the way they played, like versus Seattle,
right,
is not on Jimmy, have to make a play, and this defense plays what they do, I don't see a problem because the best defense is the running game. Because if you're successful with the run game, the offense sits outside, the defense on the bench, and they're getting rested and they're getting out of the way. So the teams that have the great run game are the better teams in the NFL.
Yeah, you got to run the ball. You got to be able to run the ball.
Exactly.
But Tom, let's go back here now. We're gonna joust a little bit because you don't think Kyle is on the hot seat?
I don't.
Interesting. So you figure, okay, Trey's hurt. You know how people feel about that. You got mixed. People are mixed up on that. Trey gets hurt. Okay. Yeah. The running back situation. We're not seeing the running backs.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is when you compile all these things, it all points back to the head coach. So if we don't make the playoffs, let's say if we don't make the playoffs.
Okay.
How is Kyle not on the hot seat? I don't. Just help me understand, brother.
If they bomb out,
right,
then I could see where Kyle. There could be pressure. I don't think it's hot seat yet. I do think there will be pressure on Kyle. Now, you're talking about the running backs, right?
Right.
The 49ers knew what type of running back Mitch was. He plays X amount of games. He gets hurt. Mm-hmm. They went out and drafted Ty Davis Price. He got a high ankle sprain.
Right.
I don't think that's on Kyle. If anything, if you're going to say, what's the issue? It's the health and performance staff, the training staff. All these guys keep getting hurt. Soft tissue. I don't know.
Okay, now,
but
my bad. You go ahead.
But you would think. I mean, we've been having injuries pile up for the last 4 seasons. You would think they've been did something to try to correct that if that's the case.
I agree with you, and I think if this continues this season, I think there will be a change. And another thing is, like, they hired this guy, Ben Peterson. He used to be the head of the performance staff at Philadelphia Flyers.
Yep.
Right.
Why are we taking somebody from hockey and bringing them to football? You know what I'm saying? Train your body.
And we are the most injured team in the league.
Yes.
Okay, so I got
far.
a question. For y'all on the panel and the real talkers too.
Real talkers, y'all get in here.
Y'all heard me say this before. And Tony, since you're on here for the first time, I'm asking you too. Like, when it comes to injuries, can we really blame the training staff? Because their job isn't to really, they can't prevent all injuries. You see what I'm saying? The players got to take care of themselves as well outside of the facility. A high ankle sprain, that's kind of like another fluke injury. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got like a pulled hamstring, that may say your condition ain't up to par or something like that. But I really can't fault the training staff because they're not out there playing. Their job is to take care of injuries, do as much maintenance as possible, but injuries happen, bro. So, I mean...
You're 100% right. You're 100% right, because now I'm going to tell you a story. Well, not a story. I'm going to give you an example. Let's take it back to 94, when the 49ers assembled that dream team to go to the Super Bowl that year.
Right.
They used to practice at Rockland, California, which we did 105 degrees every day. And they were doing injuries. You've never heard of injuries with these guys going out 3 times a day. Granted, they were hitting probably for one session of shells on the other 2. But still, you're doing football moves, you're working out, you're sprinting, you're stopping, you're cutting. The problem, I think, is the rules and regulations in this CBA. What can you accomplish in an hour and 45 minutes on a practice? Like, these guys their bodies aren't getting conditioned enough. When I played, we used to do triplets. When I played 2 years in college, it was triplets. Can we curse on the show or no?
Absolutely. Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah. You motherfucking right.
Rolling up out their nose, out their mouth. We were puking on the side. It was probably 105 degrees outside. And it's not like that anymore. They coddle these guys. So what do these guys do? They go out and spend all these money on these sprinting guys that get them to try to improve their speed, like, quick twitch muscle exercises. And it just seems like ever since this evolved into the off-season programs, it's been nothing but issues.
Right.
The majority is with the Niners, but it's even with other teams. This guy's got a hand. This guy's got a glute. This guy's got a quad. This guy's got a knee. I mean, the knee and the high ankle sprains, it happens. You cannot stop that.
Very common, right?
Someone rolls on it, it's football.
Right.
There's nothing you can do with that. Now, as far as getting back to Kyle on the hot seat, I don't want to keep reading. This is your guy's show, but everyone blames Kyle, right, for this run play, running him up the middle and all this stuff.
Right.
Kyle knew what this was about and how he's wired. This kid was recruited by Minnesota to be a safety. So that tells me he's a physical player. And he's wired different than a Justin Fields, than a Russell Wilson, who run up to you and just go, oh, I'm done, I'm sliding. Right? No, this guy's going to hit you.
Right.
The injury that was sustained was not from that, him getting hit. It was his foot that got caught under him, and he just rolled on it in the bone. It happened.
Right.
So for them to say, this is Kyle, he's running this guy in the ground. No, he's not. He drafted this guy because he saw what he could bring to this offense and make it true 11-on-11 football. Because, let's look at the play. Right? The first 2 plays before he got hurt, Debo broke it off on a read option.
Play.
Right.
It's that flip.
Yeah,
So
the other way, right.
It's something that I said on Nothing Matters. I said, I want to see a matchup where they put McLeod in the back and one-on-one with a linebacker and passer. So what did they do? They pushed McLeod in the backfield. He did the read off, pulled it, kept it. And, I got to be honest with you, to pick up 5 yards untouched to your first contact, I would do that because you've got to keep the defense honest. And this is why you drafted this kid.
Right.
My thing is with that though, but we did move so much. We moved heaven and earth to get up and get them. I don't have an issue with Trey running the ball. I just have an issue with him taking so many hits and he our quarterback. Because if we wouldn't have killed Jimmy, we'll be stuck with Purdy right now. And then nobody else.
That's the way he's wired, and that's the difference. That's why I said what I said. He was recruited to Minnesota to be a safety. So this kid's got a different mentality than most quarterbacks. He told no, I want to be a quarterback.
Yep.
So you have a big physical kid that has that mindset that looks for contact. Like, perfect example, look at Debo. Debo will run through your soul. Right. He's not going to run away from you. He's not going to run around you. He's going to run through you. And that's what everybody says. Oh, well, we're afraid to give you this type of contract.
I guarantee you, though.
But I'll tell you this, Tone. This is what I'm going to say to that. I mean, I'm sure you played. I'm sure. Did you coach to some degree?
Yes.
You coach. Okay, so come on, bro. You're going to tell your court. You're going to have to pull that boy to the side. I didn't hear the interview. I was listening to these guys on 95.7. Those are my dudes over there. To me, they're like a split image of Real Talk. The shit they talk on that show. I love it. Yeah. But You know, one of the dudes made a very good point over there. He said, "Listen, at what point do you yank you grab your young stud by his hair and you tell his ass, listen, you slide. So the coach, you tell him to slide. He said in the interview that if it's third or something, I'm not sliding. Trey supposedly said this. I don't know when he said it or who he said it to. Supposedly he said it. Now my thing is, you slide. RG3 also didn't slide. Did you see that hit? Anybody ever see that hit where he got hit so hard? Dude hit him in the shoulder, clipped him in the shoulder, and when he went back, his knee buckled.
Yeah.
RG3?
I remember that.
What? Excuse me. What the fuck are you doing even taking hits like that? Get down.
I agree with what you're saying. But here's the flip side, and this is where I blame the fan base. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the fans that, oh, yeah, I'm a Niner fan, but I can't name you the starting offense. Right. It's okay. For on 3rd and 12, on 3rd and 12, that Trey Lance can run a design quarterback keep.
Right.
Walk two people.
Right.
And pick up 13 for a first down. That's okay. But when it's not a design run, it's a read option where he's keying on the last man in the line of scrimmage, which, by the way, is unblocked.
Right.
And he's putting that mesh point. He's freezing that defense to say, okay, am I going to go for the running back or I'm going straight for the quarterback? And what did he do? He went from the cloud, pulled it, took off. And then, he got hit. Yes, it was a high hit. I thought it was a concussion at first. But then when they showed the other view, and he went back on it and it snapped. Right. But if it's okay that he's doing it on 3rd and 12 and picking up 13 for a first down, but then he's only picking up 5 or 6 and he's getting hurt, you can't ridicule Kyle for doing that.
And
I'm not ridiculing Kyle. What I'm saying is this:
fan base.
Right.
I'm talking about the fan base because there's fans out here that post on social media fire Kyle Shanahan.
No, that's stupid. No, it's not fireable now. It's not fireable.
He gets fired, he gets a job tomorrow.
Exactly. And who's gonna coach this team? I mean, listen, say what you want. Kyle's a good coach. He's a really good coach. But I do question some of his decisions. I'm sorry. He's not above reproach.
No, the only reason we're having this goddamn conversation is because he got hurt.
Exactly.
Because had he not gotten hurt on that play, and for those of you who say slide, motherfucker, you stop. How the fuck you gonna slide between the tackles?
Okay, but this is my point. Lamar Jackson, I watched him last week. He did the same thing. He ran through the tackles and ran for about a 50 yard dash. Everybody is not Lamar Odom. Odom. Lamar Jackson. I'm so sorry. I have a basketball background, man. So I get them mixed up at times. But yeah, everybody's not Lamar Jackson. And I don't like his style at the position. I don't like that he just snaps the ball and runs. I think that's bad. I don't think it's a good way to play that position. Just snap the ball and run. The quarterback just runs.
But even though during the game before Trey even got hurt, when me and Don was talking, we was like, he taking too many hits.
We said that the week before. We said that in Chicago. The Chicago game, we said it. When he ran for that 3rd and 13 and got the first, okay, cool, but listen, man, you don't want to keep taking that chance. And I'm going to throw in another analogy at you, Tone. Like I told you, I love analogies. We could all get hit by a car, right? But if you go playing in the street and jaywalk, your chances of getting hit by a car are more likely. You would surely get hit by a car doing that shit. So my thing is, I think Trey shouldn't be running no more than 6 to 8 times per game. I don't think it should be above that.
Design runs, you mean, right?
Design runs per game. Okay, right. Yeah, do you think, Tom? Per game. I don't think it should be above that. Now, I understand if the game is on the line and you gotta throw a little more juice to the sauce. I get that. But I mean, I thought in that particular situation, 2nd and 8, and what did he get? 4 yards, and we lost him for the year. Was the juice worth the squeeze? Now I want the real talkers to chime in on that. Was the juice worth the squeeze?
But again, though, we ran the same play a couple plays earlier, and he got hurt just because he got hurt. Because now look, had he gave the ball to TDP and we took a 3-yard loss, oh damn it, Trey, you should have kept that. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
well, I don't want to sound like a Monday morning quarterback on that, but I mean, like I said, I said prior to that game that I thought he was running Trey too much and that Trey was going to eventually get hurt if he don't get his ass down. And lo and behold, and that's why you called me when he went down. You said, "You see this?" I said, "We were just talking about it. We were just talking about it. It's just not a wise thing to do." I mean, I hear what you guys are saying. It's football. It happens, but it shouldn't happen to your quarterback. You got to protect your quarterback.
No, I'm all for that. You know, but it just, like I said, man, the only reason we have this conversation is because he got hurt. You know, like,
yeah.
And it's just, it's unfortunate than the motherfucker it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I was on with Bashar a couple nights ago, he was talking about how he was at the game, and I know any one of us would have been fighting because, you know, apparently he was at the game, and as soon as he got hurt, they Jimmy, or, you know, they like, man, what? Like, I mean,
that's
he
ignorance. That's ignorance,
here,
man.
minus a leg, and you talking about Jimmy and you cheering shit. I mean, so man, look, it was motherfuckers out there praying for his downfall, and that's just fucking sad. As human beings, that's just sad. You know what
Very
I'm saying?
sad. Very
Do
sad.
I feel that particular play was one of those plays like you shouldn't have ran that play? No. You know what I'm saying? But it just so happened he got hurt doing something he's good at. You know what I'm saying? So now in terms of sliding, yeah, when you out there in open field, slide. But you can't slide between the tackles.
No.
But if I'm going to run Trey, I'm running him to the outside. I'm not going to run that man in the middle of the field with all them bodies.
Right. That's it.
Run him to the outside.
We have to run him in between
and
the
let
tackles.
him run out of bounds or some shit when he about to get hit. Don't keep sending the man right up the middle of the field, up the gut. Don't keep doing that.
Right. Well, Bashar says the dumbest thing I've heard is Kyle tried to get Trey injured on purpose. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
No.
I don't believe that. I just don't think he took enough caution with Trey. I just don't think he took enough caution. I would like to think after RG3, you'd be a little more careful. I'm not saying, and don't get me twisted. I'm not saying that this boy shouldn't be ran. Of course he has to run. He has to use his leg. That's definitely a asset of his. But at the end of the day, you still got to be cautious with it. We can't be reckless.
Now, to answer this question by Rick Diaz, and good question, Rick.
RD.
Yeah, brother. Now, and I said it on our last show I was on, or in the chat. At the rate Kyle was running him on his QB powers, eventually, yes, I do think he would have got a concussion. He would have, you know, got beat up somehow, and I need some time. But it's a slippery slope, man. This is the one thing I do fault Kyle for. It's a known fact that Jimmy Garoppolo has certain limitations, right? And it's also a known fact he took the ball out of his hands because you didn't trust him to pass the ball.
Right.
So he started running the ball a lot. But the crazy thing is, once Trey went out and Jimmy came in, he had more passes. So my thing is, what the fuck do you want, Kyle? You take the ball out of Jimmy's hands because you don't trust him to pass, but then you make Trey QB1 and you don't trust him to pass. What the fuck?
Yeah, Kyle said that was Jimmy went into the game plan for Trey. He didn't switch it. So he just continued. So
yeah, he did say that. He did say that. He kept the same game plan.
Trey didn't get hurt. That would have been Trey throwing those same routes.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. And see, that's something else. Again, if Trey didn't get hurt, a lot of shit not being talked about. It's not being highlighted. You know, but Tony, I'm glad you said that because I didn't think about that. You know what I'm saying?
And just one more thing. I just stepped away because I had to fix something for my daughter. You know, people are so blinded by this injury, right? And I'm just going to say, let's compare week 1 to week 2, right? Week 1, this team had, I think, 13 penalties? I think they had
12
they had in week 1. They had 1 in week 2. No one's saying anything about that, right? Week 2, Seattle passed the 50 once. They shut him out on offense. Nobody's saying anything about that. And that's why I think the major issue with this fan base, they see one thing go wrong, it's a typically Shanahan fault.
It's a landslide, right?
Look at the positive from one week to another. Like, look at the difference.
The progression, right?
Everyone said, oh, the Niners are dumb. They overlooked the offensive line. I got news for you. Spencer Burford is a steal of this draft. And I'm not an offensive line coach. I never coached it. I played it once or twice. But that kid is on a different level. I mean,
Dog.
whoever that was that found that kid, the mentality, he's nasty. He's a mauler. He finishes people. Like, I saw him throw Al Woods twice on film. Like,
that's a big boy too.
And people aren't talking about this. Jake Brendel, Aaron Banks, they're so quick to say the Niners are ignorant.
Playing better too.
Why? They're ignorant. How are they ignorant?
Real quick, Melissa, answer your question. Yeah, of course. I'm saying, remember, Hyder plays the edge though. He really plays inside. I'll tell you who I do see get more snaps though is Givens.
Yeah.
Givens, Spence. What's my man that came up from the Colts? Ridgeway.
Ridgeway.
And, so I don't think it's going to affect Hyder a lot, but it may affect the more the interior alignment. You know what I'm saying? Like the one tech, the three techs, things of that nature, but not so much the edge, no. Somebody said something here too I want to talk about for a minute. Where you at, Bashar? I just saw you right there. All right. Aaron Banks had the highest rating in week 2 for the 49ers O-lineman. I hope he can get the same consistency. Yeah, listen. From week 1 to week 2, it's all about progression, man. And for those who dumped on Aaron Banks initially, he playing some pretty good football. And, and Tony just told you in plain English, Spencer Burford is a machine. And so now let's keep going right. McGlinchey, he gonna be who he is. But McGlinchey has never been good at pass pro. He's been better as a run blocker.
Yeah,
you rarely see McGlinchey get whooped in run block. You know what I'm saying? Now pass pro, shit. You know what I'm saying? But run blocking, do his thing. But hopefully across the board, it gets better. And something else we're talking about now with Jimmy back in the fold and a less mobile quarterback, the protection and pass pro may get a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Because they know he's simply going to stay in the pocket, and it's a difference between a mobile quarterback and a pretty much pocket quarterback. So we'll see.
Hey, pull up. What the name is? Ole. Pull up his last 2 comments.
You saw that, right?
That one.
And the one before.
I have no problem criticizing Kyle when he's wrong. But Kyle's not wrong for an injury. I'm sorry.
Hey, look. You must not.
Go ahead, Jim.
You must haven't watched any other previous shows because we don't give Kyle no slack over here.
He don't know where he at. Whoever this is, we don't know.
We don't. Hey, look, we don't get this motherfucker no break around here. We call him out.
We call everybody out.
So.
Hey, listen here. This is what happened with this time. You walked in 3 minutes late on a 5-minute conversation.
What kills me is he's saying, right? I was around for John Brody and Joe Montana. I saw a video on Twitter. Someone posted it. I can try to find it. I'll send it to you guys later. It was Bill Walsh talking. It was a video of Bill Walsh standing there. His back was towards the receiver end of it, and he was looking down at Jesse Spolo with Joe Montana taking it. And they did it. He stopped it. He says, Joe, when your back foot hits its fifth step, that ball has to be placed at that point on your side left outside number. And these people are calling Kyle a dictator and his ego and all this. Bill Walsh was 10 times worse. Granted, he has more Super Bowl rings, better. He's got the numbers, the rings, the wins. But I'm just going to tell you this. As far as on the level of creativity and design, I'm not saying they're neck and neck, but I'm telling you, Kyle is very good at what he does. And a lot of teams in this league, Bill Belichick, all these high-end coaches, these 10-year coaches, they all say the same thing. And so I'm sorry. I respect your opinion and your statement, but you got to go with guys that are professionals. These guys are telling you Kyle is a flat-out genius. Now, does it work every time? No. But did it work every time for Belichick? Is Belichick perfect? They lost Super Bowls. I'll shut up. This is your guy show.
Oh no, no,
Hey man,
No, Tom.
hey,
No.
speak your mind, man. That's what we do over here.
Speak your mind. And thank you, Izzy. You know what it is.
Preach, brother, preach. No, don't worry about that, brother. You're our guest of honor, man. The floor is yours. When you got the floor, you got it. You know, like I said, we have a high regard and respect for your, you know, your
Trust,
input.
man, we roll the red carpet out for our guests, man.
Yeah. Well, listen, if we can give the hype fan, if we can give that crazy dude the floor, you can have the floor.
Most definitely.
I'm not trying to belittle that guy. But there's so much more to it. Like, everyone is quick to point, like, you know, Kyle blew the Super Bowl. Did Kyle really blow the Super Bowl? Did he? Let's look at it. If you want to look at it, I can tell you for a fact he didn't blow the Super Bowl.
Hey, look, and then I'm not even gonna. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. When Trey first got hurt, we was all pissed and we was blaming Kyle. It took a few days for everybody.
Yeah, we had to sleep on it. We had to sleep on it.
You know what I mean? And then we came to the conclusion that it wasn't his fault. But at the first, we was ready to get rid of this motherfucker. I was gonna put the hands and feet on him. But man, you know, after I calmed down, cooled down, and looked at
sometimes it takes a day or two. You got to sleep it
Right.
off. You got to, you know, because in the moment it's crazy, man. We were going crazy with the NFC Championship game last year.
OG
Tony,
stepped in the league.
Tony,
Can we pull this guy's comment up real quick? Stephen Williams. It says, but Kyle hasn't won any. Right? Now think about this. I want you to sit here and think about how people process it. He makes a comment saying, but Kyle hasn't won any. But then in the next breath, you get people saying, well, Jimmy's a winner. Jimmy took them to the Super Bowl. So who's the fall on? The quarterback or the coach? Who's the fall?
You're right. You can't have it both ways.
Now listen.
Right, you can't call for the rain and complain about the mud. Can't do that. Yeah.
Here's something some of y'all may not know. Now, Tony made a real good point. And he said, the Kyle really won a Super Bowl? I mean, let's talk about it. And now I can't say that from what I was told by credible sources, and I watched the Super Bowl multiple times versus Kansas City. The first thing people said was Kyle should have kept running the ball. I agree, but here's a news flag for you. There were running plays called, but guess what? Number 10 checked out of them to passing plays, but he missed Kendrick Bourne, he missed George Kittle, so he was trying to run the ball, but Jimmy checked out of him. Your king, Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's the main thing.
Running plays.
That's the main thing. But there's also a second thing. If you watch the first half to the second half, Steve Spagnuolo made a huge adjustment.
Right.
He started widening 5 texts outside.
Then he widened them up outside, and he gave free reign to Chris Jones. And they couldn't block him. So what did they do? They changed their alignments with the 5 texts. Chris Jones got free reign, and they walked everybody up. Why? Because they know someone wasn't going on the outside from the deep third. So what do? You know this team is a run team, and this is why it's very important to establish the one, stick with the one, but then you have to sprinkle the passes. You cannot be fully one-dimensional because there's things that are called inconsistencies, and they happen on every possession. So
Right.
all Jimmy has to do is just be able to show that he can make scripted plays, or should I say this clean open plays, throws. The simple throw. Now, in the second half, everyone blamed the defense. Well, if you have a guy in offense that's continuously going 3 and out, that's what you call hanging your defense out to dry.
What do I always say? He did the same thing in Seattle against Seattle. That's why we barely won that game. He does not sustain drives. He does not sustain drives because he can't do it with his arm.
So now the question is, when you have a tight end standing at probably 15 to 18 yards from the line of scrimmage doing jumping jacks with the safeties in front of him instead of behind him, is that Kyle's fault?
Oh,
No, it's not Kyle's fault.
well, I'll be
Give
there.
it up, y'all, for Super Dave, the
Super Dave, the
OG.
I'm going through it, but I missed you guys. Tony, absolute honor to have you on the show. Talk your shit.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. But Tone, I gotta address one thing with the Super Bowl. Like, how do you, the NFC Championship game, you give the ball to Raheem Mostert, he runs for 200 yards. You get to the Super Bowl and he barely touches the damn ball. What the fuck? Help me understand the logic in that. It's I don't get the logic in that.
That's the one questionable thing, right? How he did not use Mostert and he stopped going to Debo in the fourth quarter. Now, did he see something on film where they were bracketing him and trying to take him out, and he didn't want Jim to make a stupid throw and turn it over, or were they shifting the defense to the motion side that he was going to? I didn't see that part of it, but I can tell you this: on 3 possessions, one of them was a 2nd and 10, the other one was a 3rd and 8, and another one was a 3rd down.
Right.
There were wide receivers running down the middle of the field wide open. Like, not even to the point when I say wide open, they were not even accounted. Now, that's not coaching. The coach's job is to be able to put the players in position to have success, correct? I mean,
right.
That's evidential. Now, it's up to the player on the field to execute the play that's being called.
Right.
Exactly.
All you guys know this.
Right.
You have the best defensive back save this. On every play, passing play, there's one person that's always wide open. First Kyle Sanders. Now, if that's true, and you have a defensive star saying this, why aren't they throwing the ball to that guy? Right? That's what we're talking about. So it all comes back to the clock. And I'm not saying Kyle's perfect. I'm not doing it. He does have his flaws. But in that situation, the Super Bowl, you cannot 100%.
Dina? Right.
Players have to make plays at the end of the day. You can coach the perfect scheme, but if you can't execute it, Kyle shouldn't be blamed for that.
100%.
They go hand in hand.
I'm gonna say this too, and I don't know if a dude left the chat or not, but you're not gonna want to hear this, but I don't give a damn. You know what happens, and Tony, you can attest to this. You know what? It's 2 things that normally happen on some of Kyle Shanahan's best play calls. 1, a penalty.
Overthrow.
That negates it. He got somebody running free, or multiple guys running free, or it's a touchdown or a big game that's called back. The second thing, Jimmy Sexton ain't gonna like this. Kyle Shanahan called a great play call, and Jimmy missed a layup.
He's done
So,
that.
Right.
I mean,
But he's got a winning record.
it's not in the playoffs. But anyway,
And let me tell you something, and Tone, that's what kills me. And I mentioned this last week. Like you said, Buddy has a winning record, and we take all the context away, and we just say, okay, well, he just won. But there's context that needs to be go along with that. You know, and Stevie Nace said it all the time. You think about 5 to 6 different factors for why this team wins before you get to the quarterback. That's an issue.
no.
I think it's 7-8.
Yeah, that's an issue. And then it's to say, okay, well, you won. Well, he's a winner. We won the game. But how'd you win the game? You know, and I'm gonna switch sports here. You look at the year Toronto won. Did they really win?
I call it the Trent Dilfer complex.
Ooh. Hey,
Yeah, the NBA Finals. The year they won. The year Toronto won. Did they really win?
That too.
Now you know damn well right. If Golden State wasn't hurt, I mean we're going into ifs now. But if Golden State was healthy, it's nowhere in hell they win that. So did they really win? Okay,
Right.
they won, but did they really win? You know, I don't know. Maybe I just see things differently, man. I just don't get it. And like I said, with this, when it comes to this team, man, like I said, I don't hate Jimmy. I don't hate Jimmy for the 1 millionth time. We say that all the time. We don't hate Jimmy. We're not very high. We're not very favorable of him. But I think we justified in that. You know,
I would just like one of his starts where I don't have to have Pepto-Bismol on hand.
I mean, crazy.
But
Good, you.
We don't even have to sit here and explain to people on why we not high on Jimmy, because the 49ers organization already showed us that when they moved up and traded all this shit to get Trey Lance.
Yeah. But see, that's like saying, okay, I'm tired of you messing with me. You go get a weapon. You get the weapon, and then when you approach me, you're scared to use it.
Right.
You know? So you go out there, you get Trey. You complain about that, and this is why Kyle's full. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say Kyle's full of shit. They sit up there, him and John Lynch. They complain about number 10. Oh, he can't get the job done. He can't stretch the field. He can't do this. He can't do that. Okay, you go out and get his replacement, and you're still scared to pull the trigger, and his fan base is scared of change. It's gonna happen. It has to happen.
When you say pull the trigger, what do you mean by that?
Meaning, go with your guy.
Get rid of Jimmy.
Go with your guy.
Trey.
Belichick said, "You know what, Cam? It's been real. I make a decision and stand on it.
Yeah.
Show this kid that you're really behind him."
No,
I said nothing but Niners, right? And this is before the season started.
Right.
And I said, I'm telling everybody right now, I said, just like this, do not expect anything until week 6 or 7. And of course, everybody, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. I said, well, the reason why is because you have to look at it like this. This is Kyle's time, because you look at the schedule, the first 3 games are favorable games, right?
Right.
You're catching Russell Wilson, new coach, on a new team. This is a chance you can catch them. We could have easily probably been 3-0, but we're not. But in those 6 weeks, this was going to be Kyle's opportunity to develop him first live bullet. Because you don't give a shit what anyone says. It's not happening in training camp. It's not happening in the season. This 6 to 7 week window was the development time for Trey Lance versus live bullets. And this was going to be, once he mastered everything, a lot of runs, quick short passes, a couple deep shots, but it would have been controlled. It would have been a controlled offense to get him where he wanted to be. And then once he saw it, it was done. This offense would have been out. They would have started attacking downfield. They would have been fully well-rounded. Still would have ran the ball times a game. The read option, RPOs, the reverses, all that creativity that Kyle has under his wing or in his head that he drew up on the phone from watching Trey. That would have been on display because this was going to be the window to hold this kid. And the only thing is this 3. It's got to start now in 2023. Even though I'll be honest with you, I was impressed with him in week 1. I was impressed with him on that first drive going down the field. I didn't see nothing wrong with his pocket awareness was okay. You get a little work on that. His motion is what it is, but he's forward. He finished 2 for 3, I think 38 yards. The run game was great. But then everyone is quick to say, what is he doing? What is he doing? He's running him to the ground. Look at the offense, the balance, 50-50 split between run back. Granted, Jimmy had to come in and make a couple throws. Granted, that's fine. But Trey didn't get hurt. That was all the throws that Trey was going to make. The game plan was for Trey.
Right.
So I just think that is what pisses me off the most, that you lost that 6-week development versus live ball.
That's 2 years going. That's 2 years. So now, essentially, year 3 is going to be year 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I think he learned. He had the 2 starts last year. He had the 2 start and a half this year. So I think he kind of understands the flow of the game. But I think he still needs a little bit more development. And now that's going to trickle into the beginning of 2023. Maybe it's the first 5 weeks. Ease him, and just let him go. And just let him do his thing.
To be honest, and I agree with you. And to be honest, Tony, that first drive last game, I think Trey looked more comfortable than he has. I mean, granted, it's a week-to-week thing, but he looked comfortable. His passing with Chris. He made quick decisions. Granted, he only threw like 2 passes, but they were on the money.
Yes.
And
quick throws. They weren't look. No. Hey, it was designed to go there. The ball was out. Catch was made. It was put in a spot where he could turn the field and pick up yards after catch. That's what you want to see. And the most telling thing about Trey Lance, I'm going to tell you this, guys, right now. I promise I'm going to shut my mouth for the rest of the show. was he started versus Arizona last year, and then he stopped that time, and then he came back versus the Texans. The development that happened between the Arizona start and the Texans start, I was good with. Granted, the first throw he made, the interception, it sailed on him a little bit. He was moving out of the pocket. I think he really just wanted to play in that part. It sailed, but once he threw that pick, he was lights out for the rest of the game.
See, hey, look, going back to last season, I feel like Kyle should have took the Jim Harbaugh approach with Trey Lance, like Harbaugh did with Cap. When he had plays for him and he brought him in every game, Cap came in and did so. That way, I feel like Trey could have been getting used to the speed of the game, and he didn't have to come out there and start the game. But he just bring him in, man, like you did throughout the season.
Yeah.
Certain packages. He came in against Green Bay, touchdown. You run one, you throw one.
Detroit.
Man, just bring him in certain packages. That's what he should have did last year. But after those first couple of games, Kyle just went cold turkey and just said he ain't getting back on the field, period. I feel like Kyle dropped the ball on that point.
I just don't think that they have, they don't pull the trigger, man. And like I said, like to me, the mere fact that you kept Jimmy around and you were so, I wouldn't say they so much. Let me rephrase that because that wouldn't be fair. I wouldn't say they so much kept Jimmy around because they did give Jimmy the option to find a trade partner, which he couldn't find. But at the end of the day, by keeping him around, you're not showing faith in your guy. Like I say, you look at Belichick and these other guys. I mean, they send Cam his walking papers. Look at what they did with Alex Smith. For Mahomes. If this is your guy, show faith in him and stand on it.
And Trey coming back next year, they cannot have Jimmy on this team because as long as Jimmy on the team. The veterans in the locker room and the people that like Jimmy or pro Jimmy, they still gonna want Jimmy to be the quarterback. You got to get rid of this motherfucker.
I'm tired of the soap opera too. I'm tired of it, man.
You got to get rid of this motherfucker so the players can actually know who team this is. Because as long as Jimmy on this roster, it ain't gonna never really be Trey.
There's always be a divide. There's gonna always be a divide.
I've said that for a while now. This whole Jimmy shit. This has been the best reality show that's not a reality show.
The soap opera, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, guys, we're hour in, and number 10 got us again. We got to move forward and talk about the game.
God damn it.
God damn it, got us again. So, guys, it's time. I think it's time. I think it's game time. Hey. Let's go. All right, let's go into the offensive stats. This is a pregame breakdown, statistical breakdown. And offensively, I mean, I think these numbers are misleading. Thoughts, fellas? I think total yards, passing. I think it's misleading. I don't think they're that dominant of an offense. Like that, they are basing it on who they played.
Right. I mean, but numbers are numbers, and games are games, and through two games, this is where we at.
Plus, they played two of the worst defenses. So,
well, they're misleading, but we'll show that. We'll show that tomorrow. Let's get into the defense, guys. All right, there you have it. That looks about right.
Hey, look at them numbers, bro. What? Hey, and like somebody just said, I think it was a Terradome. Hey, no, that was Bashar. Your run defense is pretty stout, but damn that, we got it.
Look at that Terradome in the building. Terradome.
Yo, they are.
This defense is man. This defense is lights out, bro.
Right on, guys. Let's get to the injury list. All right, we got Dante Johnson, Jimmy Ward, Tyler Croft, Jason Verrett, Eric Armstead questionable, Daniel Brunskill questionable, George Kittle. George Kittle was cleared. Yeah. Like I said, this was put together earlier in the week, guys. You got Maurice Hurst, biceps, Jordan Willis, Jordan Matthews, Trey Lance, Eli Mitchell, Cam's cousin, Curtis Robinson, TDP. All right, and that rounds up the 49ers injury list. go to the Broncos. The Broncos. We got Tom Compton, Billy Turner, Justin Simmons, Randy Gregory, Darius Phillips, Jose Jewell, Casey Tucker, Tim Patrick, DJ Jones, my guy, Michael Ojemudia. Yeah, Jerry Judy, Patrick Surtain. Oh, Judy's playing? Don't matter.
Yeah, Judy Surtain playing, yeah.
Don't matter. Pat Surtain, Mark Menierez, and Caden Stearns. All right. That'll be all for the Broncos injuries. Yeah, we really don't care, but in fairness, we have to shout out their injuries as well. And guys, that'll pretty much wrap up the Game Time Report.
Hey, for real, Melissa, hey, did y'all peep that? I'm like, Tom Compton.
Tom Compton. Yeah. Melissa says, how's he still in this league? Hey, Melissa, your guess is as good as ours.
Hey, they should force that man to change his last name.
I can't
He ain't holding up Compton.
Yeah, your guess is as good as ours, man.
Y'all have to forgive me. I had to step out for a few moments, but I had a question that I wanted to get everybody's opinion on.
Hey,
Sure.
squad.
Now, I noticed during the press conference, Jimmy Garoppolo kind of called out Kyle. They had
I heard
the
that.
same game plan for Trey, and Jimmy just ran with it. And Jimmy said something to the effect of, "Well, I was able to play freer,
Right.
like 2017. We don't get to do a lot of that around here." So, do you put the blame back on Kyle, or do you put the blame on Jimmy?
I think Kyle don't trust Jimmy. Kyle know Jimmy will throw a game away.
It ain't no
We
thing.
know Jimmy will throw a game away.
But Jimmy seemed to want that.
That's
want
because
to
he's
open
trying
up the
to.
playbook.
That's because he's trying to get another deal next year. He's trying to get signed, man.
But
He
what
gonna
if
try to, of course, he's gonna try to ball out.
Well, think about it. For all intents and
What if
purposes,
there's actual
Jimmy
truth to
doesn't.
that? Because remember, the first 5 games he ever entered, there was no playbook, and he did play free, and they did go 5-0.
I told
Well,
you.
if they do that shit, OG, I know who asked to whoop.
Listen,
If
I
Jimmy
told
fuck
you.
it up.
Jimmy would
Well, Jimmy,
justify-
remember, Jimmy's trying to get another contract, man. I mean, for all intents and purposes, Jimmy didn't want to be out here. He would have rather sit on the sideline with everything still intact, his reputation, he wins and everything's still intact. Now he can go out here this season and lay an egg, and all that shit can just go tumbling right on down.
True.
So
Although he was smiling when he got in the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he's an athlete. He wants to play. I get that. But, I mean, if he wants his money, he's got to go out here and show and prove.
Yep.
He still got to get out here and show and prove.
So, of course, he's going to say that. Why he ain't said that shit over the last 4 fucking seasons?
Right.
Because he was the guy and our alternatives were crap. That's why.
He has to say it now.
You're not going to say open up the playbook for Mullins or the guy that Don liked.
CJ Beathard.
I wish Kyle would have said, once he proves he can make those throws, I'll open
Right.
Yeah, that would have been a nice rebuttal.
But let me tell you something. Grant Cohen was licking his chops the minute Jimmy said that because you knew he was going to go right to Kyle and say, well, Jimmy said that.
Yep.
What do you mean? Well,
What did Kyle do? Kyle threw it right off his back. You got to ask him.
And do you notice who they got
What do you
to
mean by that?
talk?
I don't know.
And do you notice who they got to talk in the middle of the week? The same guy that cussed his ass out on Sunday.
Who?
Danny Gray was front and center, throwing all types of praise on number 10. I found that typical.
Wait, say what happened?
Danny Gray was all in the press conference talking about, oh yeah, Jimmy and I have worked on some things and gonna be really excited and everything on Wednesday.
What's up,
but
little me?
Sunday he was hot.
His ass went inside when he missed him deep down the left sideline.
Yeah, well, these guys want to stretch the field, man. These receivers, man, they want to stretch the field, man. They're not putting up with that shit, man. They want
I
the
will
ball.
say though, in that one game last week, we did see Jimmy sling that ball around the field more than he has, So maybe he should kind of incorporate some of the,
right.
the straight playbook along with.
And to get some of these dudes out of the box, I think he is going to have to throw the ball down the field a little bit more, man, even though he's throwing it with Jimmy. Because everybody know we a run first team. When Debo get in the backfield, everybody know 9 times out of 10, he going to get the ball. But now we got to start playing off of that and start throwing some passes with that shit.
If we can open it up just a little bit to eliminate some of those hospital balls, which got Kittle, which got Debo, which got Ayuk missing a few games last season, I'd be very happy. Now, whether those balls will be in our receiver's hands or the defender's hands is another story.
Right. Well, look, guys, I got to talk to the real talkers here, guys. I see the numbers, the likes, they're not matching, so we need you guys to Will Smith that like button.
Hey,
Will Smith that like button, man.
That math ain't math.
That's right.
Go get jiggy with that shit.
That's right. Hit that like button, baby. Hit that like button. Need you two to know we're in the building. All right? Well, guys, I wanted to move forward here. Where's the graphics on it? Let's round robin this, and let's go into keys to victory. Hey. Yeah. All right, we're going to go counterclockwise. We're going to start off with Super Dave, the OG. We'll go one by one on the panel. Give us your keys to victory for tomorrow night's game.
Well, Tony alluded to it earlier. Just be consistent for 4 quarters. That was the big difference between week 2 and week 1. Right. Week 1, we played one half of football. Last week, all 4 quarters were accounted for, defensively and offensively. If we can maintain that, we should be fine. But that means not falling asleep at the wheel, staying disciplined, no stupid penalty.
Right. Very good, Dave. Yep. Super Dave. Danny Gray reaction was Jimmy reminds me how Steelers receivers are looking at Chris Spears. All right. All right. That's Super Dave's take on keys to victory. We respect it. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, Judah Great, give us your take, keys to victory, sir.
I'm going to say cut the head off the snake, and the rest of the body will follow. So we contain Russell Wilson, we bottle up Wilson, and we bottle up the Broncos. So defense, y'all come to play. If y'all play like y'all did against Seattle, we'll win this game pretty easily.
Right on, right on. We respect it. Give it up to the great. Next is our guest of honor from the Nothing But Niner podcast, Tony, NBN Tony. Let's go. What's your take?
I'm going to say control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Defense controls their offensive line. Our offensive line controls their defensive line. They run between 30 and 35 attempts a game, stay balanced on offense, defense do their thing, come out with a W.
Plain and simple, as per Tony. All right, we respect it. Let's give that man a round of applause. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Fillmore's finest, Silverado Kev. What say you, brother?
Pretty plain and simple. You know, you got the court out there. Let Russ cook. On defense, he was ass out the kitchen, which means keep him on the sideline. So keep Russ on the sideline. Jimmy, make your layups. Make your layups. You know what
all right. We respect it, man. Give us a Silverado Kev. Okay, to round up with me, how do I finish up after all that? Tone, I got to say you hit on a lot of the points I was going to hit on, but I'll wrap it up and I'll just play semantics with it. As we all know, the game of football is won in the trenches. He who controls the trenches wins the game. With that being said, yes, the D-line has to keep Russell at bay. They have to keep him contained. We can't let him get those big chunk yard plays. We can't allow that. And the offense just has to continually move the chains. We need number 10 to sustain drives and move the chains. I figure if we're playing a balanced attack on both sides of the ball, that's all it'll take, and we should come out of this game with a fairly easy victory. And that's my take on the keys to victory. All right. So, anybody else got anything else they want to say? Well, let's do score predictions. I know we hate doing them. But I'm gonna start it off, and we're gonna go clockwise. I say 28-10. Niners.
Damn.
I must have took your prediction. Go ahead, Silverado.
24-13 Niners.
Right on.
Damn, that was my.
I'm going.
Brother Tone, you're up next. Score prediction.
21-17 Niners.
You got a dogfight in it. Okay. What say you, Jew?
I'm going 31-17 Niners.
Oh, so we're going to run it up, huh? Says Jew. All right, let's wrap it up with Super Dave, the OG. What says you, Super Dave?
I really can't see Denver scoring 20 points. I'm going to go 31-13.
Right on. Well, let's get to the comments here. Terradome, his keys to victory: eliminate your penalties, just like last week, 1 for 26. That was excellent, by the way. That was excellent. Our stats last week were excellent.
Coaching.
Right.
All right, our sister from another mister, Melissa. She said 17-10. Okay, I'll read them off. Dina Harvey, welcome back, Dina. 24-17 Niners. Wow, so her and Tone, y'all see this being a dogfight. I think we're going to go in there and kick and stomp their ears in, especially if we go out there early and take care of business. If we get on the board early, we're taking care of business, man. We've had those games. I want to see us finally do that to somebody else besides the Rams. You know, some with the Rams. We always go against the Rams. We always bust their ass right out the gate. We come out the gate, slap them right in the mouth. We need to start doing that more often.
But it's a tale of two endings. If he plays like normal, Tony's score may very well be correct.
Right.
Yeah. You're gonna need your Pepto and your liquor. You know?
Yep.
Hey,
you might need a shot.
You might need your Pepto in your liquor.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, scratch out.
Right on.
If you're doing 21 total for the game, that tells me that it's passing in the run. Their possession, they're controlling the time, their possession, the time of possession with the run game. Maybe he's just doing what he needs to do to keep the offense moving, other than using. Well, on the flip side, and I said this earlier, they have to watch this game with them because they're going to try to screen the shit out of this team, slow down that rush, and I think they're going to try to Funga. I think they're going to go out and test. That's just my honest opinion.
Hey, quick question before we go. It's for the panel and for the real talkers.
Yes, sir.
So, what backs y'all think we're going to see tomorrow? I hope Marlon Mack get a couple carries, but who y'all think is going to be the top three backs tomorrow?
Hey, Kyle already said it's going to be Mac, Mason, and Wilson.
And that who?
I would put Mack in front of Mason at this point.
I mean, that's how he said it.
Just because he's more versatile.
You put Mack before Wilson?
No, Wilson, Mack, and then Mason.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, damn.
No. It's just because I think Mack has more on the table as far as third down than Mason does at this point of his career.
Right. Well, I want to see this boy get the ball, man. I want to see this boy do some damage. Mason, man.
Okay, another question. Over under question. Debo, over under 5 carries.
Ooh.
Over.
What you have said, Nakel?
Debo, over under 5 carries.
Oh yeah, over. Most definitely over.
Especially with number 10 out there.
But what Kyle can't do either, don't make, the shit with Debo, don't make it predictable. To me, that should be predictable with Debo's getting the ball. He's got
I don't want to get Debo hurt either, though, man.
Yeah, nobody wants that. But I mean, if you're going to go Debo, you got to hide it. He got to scheme that a little better. Because to me, every time Debo touches the ball, it's so obvious that he's going to get it. It's so obvious he's going to get it. And he's such a bad boy, it don't matter. He makes it happen anyway. But like I said with Trey, man, we don't want to, you don't want too many strikes at the well.
That was part of the slide in the second half. Whenever he was in the backfield, we knew he was getting the ball, and Chicago knew he was getting the ball.
Exactly. So I'm saying you got to be a little. What Tara Dome says, Kittle's going to eat. I hope so.
I agree with that because the matchup versus the linebackers.
Yeah, it's no competition. Listen, man. But what's number 10's biggest weakness? What doesn't he ever see?
The linebacker.
Well, I'm talking about speed. Joe, I think it's Joel. He's one linebacker. Okay. And then there's another linebacker. Jonas Griffith, another linebacker that they took from us. They're not.
I liked him. I liked Griffith, man. I liked him.
Me too.
Yeah, they're not fast guys. They're just well-rounded linebackers. But if you get put in a one-on-one situation for speed, they're going to struggle. And most important, their best secondary player, which is safety Simmons, is out.
Right.
So they'll help deep. Well, there's a body back there, obviously, but not to the caliber of Simmons.
Simmons, right.
So, there could be some inside the numbers, inside those schemes, where if Jimmy can get it to Kittle, he could go. But I'm sticking with the 30 to 35 carries and getting through the offense.
And that was going to be my matchup of the week, Kittle versus those linebackers, for the exact reason.
Let me tell you, Kittle, if Jimmy can throw some strikes, man, that this we can blow this game wide open.
Yep.
So a lot of this is up to him, man. We can blow this game wide.
A lot of us had this as the first loss. How times have changed.
Yeah. All right, guys. So with that being said, hey. All right.
And
we out. All right. First and foremost, we want to thank all the real talkers, each and every one of you, for joining out and rocking out with us tonight. This pregame discussion for the Denver Broncos, Niners versus Broncos. Let's give a round of applause to the real talkers. Yes, sir. And I'd like to give a shout out to the crew, to the panel. All right, that's Silverado Kid, Judah Great, and Super Dave, the OG, the Real Talk 9 to Talk crew. Yes, sir. Also, I'd like to thank our company for this evening.
Yes.
Our company for this evening, the illustrious Tone. From the Nothing But Niners podcast. In there, I say he's the unofficial, what do we call that? Parag. What's Parag's position? The numbers guy. He's the
Mark.
He's good. He's good with contracts and the numbers. We really wanted to get him on for our salary cap show, but we couldn't get him. Like I said, we could have got Obama, but we didn't need Obama. But you get the president before you get Tone. But with that being said, man,
I would have paid to see Kev on defense talk about that and Tone talk about the offensive line.
Yeah,
watching those guys go at it. Listen.
Nobody talks the numbers and contracts like Tone. I've seen them in action, guys. So once again, let's give it up for our guy, Tone. Number Niners Tone, Indian Tone.
Hey, and just for the record, there is no care DC had today because, hell, defense didn't do nothing. I had to get an ass about.
And let's give it up for the defense. Thank you, defense.
Hopefully, they do the same thing this weekend.
Right.
That's right. And you know what we always do around this time? Let's give a shout out to our partner in crime. Get 'em, boy.
Get 'em.
Get 'em, boy, in Real Talk 9 to Talk. Partners, thick as thieves, baby. Thick as thieves, man. So,
Get him my boy from my Atlanta order.
yes, sir. Like we always say around this time, stay faithful, but more importantly, stay real. Because if you're not real, it makes no sense to be faithful. Get us out of here, Jew.
Once again, man, awesome show. Had fun tonight. I got off early for this. Can't wait. Surprise
I
y'all.
thought you fell asleep.
Surprise y'all with that boy.
Yeah, we got to talk later.
My quarterback. But what? Hey, I gotta wash that stench off of me, man. I'm gonna throw my tray on in a little bit.
Get your ass out of here.
But man, look, awesome show, fellas, man. Love y'all boys. Tony, man, we appreciate you for pulling up, rocking out with us, man. Hey, look, you welcome anytime. Just put the word out, man. You can come out and rock with us.
Thanks, man.
Anytime, man.
Thank you.
My guy Tone, man.
Hey,
Actually,
real
Tony
talker.
person, man. Tone a cool dude, man.
Yes, sir.
Real talkers every week. We ain't nothing without y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. Just start getting them likes up for us real quick, man. We don't want to have to Will Smith slap nobody. But we want y'all to Will Smith slap that like button, though. But for real, though, man, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And I've seen a lot of new faces in here tonight. Hey, we couldn't get to all of y'all, man, but hey, we appreciate y'all, too. Y'all do the same, man. Spread the word. Help us get these subs up, get these numbers up, these views, everything. And if you're going to be in Atlanta for the Falcons game, we're going to be there all weekend. Come rock out with us, man. Look, we can't wait to link up with y'all. It could be me, Kill,
130, goddamn.
Double Dipping Don. Man, we're going to be out there having a blast, man. So make sure y'all link up with us. Other than that, man, like we always say at the end of this thing, man, what it is, 9 gang over everything.
9 gang over everything.
Yes, sir.
To the Trey Lance haters. Shut up and wait for the next game. That.
Here we are, man. All gas, no brakes. 9 and a half boys, baby. And we reppin' like the 80s. Let's go. Santana. Touchdown, Debo in the slot. This is my end zone. Give me everything you got. Defense, hit him with that cosa nostra.